Hello everybody, this is Joshua Potts, the Director of STEM Scouts for the Hawk Mountain Boy Scout Council. Hawk Mountain Boy Scout Council is Berks and Schuylkill County. We are the leaders in Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, STEM Scouts, adventuring and exploring. So if you're a boy or a girl in kindergarten through age 20, we've got a program that's going to fit you. This is our next installment of our summer STEM experiment series. Today we're going to make rubber eggs. That's right, we're going to turn an egg into a rubbery bouncy ball substance. What you're going to need is a raw egg, uncracked, in its shell, empty cups or glass jars, vinegar, spoon, and food coloring. So I'm going to turn this camera around, get you set up for my workbench, and we'll get started and have some fun. Today's experiment, we're going to do a chemical reaction with a raw egg and some vinegar. The items that we're going to need are listed here. We're going to need raw egg in an uncracked shell, empty cup or glass jar, food coloring of your choice, vinegar, and a spoon. If you don't have those items already prepared like I do here in front of me, press pause, get those materials, and come back. Now that we have our materials ready, this is a very simple experiment and it happens very quickly initially. Then you have to wait about 24 hours until you can see your results. So I've got my vinegar, I've got my cup, which happens to be metal, green food coloring, and you can use a food coloring of any color, your favorite color, and a raw egg. What we're going to do is simply take the vinegar, pour about 3 or 4 inches into this cup. Take your food coloring, put 4 or 5 drips into there, and then simply drop your egg in. Now I like to lean my cup sideways a little bit so it doesn't splash or crack. Our experiment is now working. It's not a quick one. Like I said, 24 hours. So tomorrow, when you do this, set a timer. If you start it at lunchtime, check it tomorrow at lunch and your experiment should be done. Now what is happening is the vinegar is an acid, and the acid is going to slowly eat away at the protective shell of the egg. Okay? What happens is there is a membrane in between that shell and all the goo that we like to pour out and make scrambled eggs with. That acid is not going to be strong enough to penetrate that membrane, and what we're going to get is something like this. So I have already worked this out earlier, so I'm going to fish my egg out of here. If you look, it's bouncy. So any color you do, you could do all the colors of the rainbow, but look at it through some light, take it outside, maybe slice it open with a knife, experiment with what you already have. But make sure you do that outside with parents' permission with the knife, and be careful, because if you do squeeze it too hard, you're going to have a mess. So that membrane is protecting the inside of the shell, or the chicken, if it was a fertilized egg. So when you complete this experiment, you can check out stemscouts.org/Reading to see what STEM Scouts is all about. Next week we're going to do another experiment, and we're going to make crystals. So hopefully you can come back next week and participate in that experiment as well.